Lionfish Extermination Corporation, and on this hunt I'm going to let you guys know about my history with getting paid to do lionfish hunting. It's a very popular, frequently asked question. People are often excited thinking, wow, this is really cool, this seems like a great job. And the fact of the matter is, it just really isn't a job. Having said that, there are ways to get paid to do it. There used to be a program through the state that they would pay you a small amount of money. It didn't really amount to too much compared to the costs of doing this, which is quite high. But you could have some sort of return on your investment, that coupled with possibly selling them to a restaurant. That is another way to gain a little bit of money. But at the end of the day, it's not really making enough money to live on, and you're not really making money at all. You're just recovering the money from what you lost to doing this. It's a very expensive thing to dive, and you have to be properly trained and have very expensive equipment, in my case, a boat. But the program was stopped because of COVID and people cheating, of course, trying to steal money from the state. This hawksbill was so adorable, super curious. They're just chill. I've never seen too many hawksbills that were really scared of people. We decided to start the nonprofit Lionfish Extermination Corporation, which then allows us to get donations from people. Once again, we're not really making any money at that point. We're just recovering the money and are able to do this without paying out of pocket. Nice bull shark there coming up on the caster wreck. Having said that, we have had amazing results with people donating. Just watching our videos really makes a difference, but you know who you are. Thank you so much for the donations. It is absolutely incredible to see people caring so much about the environment and caring about us not going bankrupt. People often say, oh, nonprofit, you're not supposed to make any money on that, but you do need to live, so you can make yourself a paycheck and get paid, because in order to have a nonprofit, you need to make money. But I'm not to that point. We're not actually making any money where I can actually get a paycheck from the nonprofit. We just use those funds to pay for all the expenses. And then in steps social media. I started filming everything and making nice edits and talking about the videos and doing what I do here on Lionfish Extermination Corporation. And then we started making some decent money. At first it was a little bit, and then it got a little bit better, and we started making enough money to where we definitely could help to pay down my truck and pay down my boat and make this even easier on ourselves. Social media was so amazing. I was actually thinking of just taking my regular tattoo job and doing it seldomly and then focusing on removing lionfish, which would definitely benefit the nature in Florida and the Caribbean and our oceans around here. Go full-time on it and really focus on nothing but hunting lionfish. But something has happened recently to social media, and it's definitely due to the economy. Once the TT was turned off and turned back on, my life changed. We lost 95% of our funding through social media in general. Views basically stopped in comparison to where they were at. We were gaining followers at an exponential rate, and now we are actually losing followers every single week. It is unprecedented. It doesn't make any sense. Before the beginning of the year, somebody got elected as the president, and my life has been 10 times worse ever since that moment happened. Many factors are at play with this. A big one is to do, with customers basically being uncertain about the future, and they're just not wanting to spend money, and advertisers are not wanting to pay for advertising when, for your views, for your videos, when they're not getting anything in return. Since the economy has crashed, consumer confidence is gone. And then you got to think about all the products that are being sold on these websites and these social media platforms are all things that need to be brought in from other countries. So the tariff thing is a real threat and has caused some issues. With politics being the main topic of everyday life now, people are not as enthusiastic about anything else. Everyone's just worried about what the next nightmare is going to be each and every day. So that doesn't really help videos being viewed that have to do with positive things that have to do with helping the environment, nature. People don't have time for that right now. They're too worried about wars and grocery prices and housing, and everything's just awry right now. And that's affecting me monetarily. The last 4 years have been absolutely the best in my entire life by far, as financially. I couldn't believe that there was a chance I could do this full time and go do social media and just spend my time with my nonprofit helping the environment, with me and Alex just going out and removing all of these invasive lionfish. And I'm really hoping that dream can come back and we can get even more busy with this. Boom. And we're able to do some of those things that I've been meaning to do and live out some of those dreams, removing these fish by going throughout the Caribbean. And for example, we're going to Curacao in a couple of weeks, and we're going to make a lot of cool content with that amazing dive week. We're going to be going to get a whole bunch of lionfish for a restaurant. We're going to be doing a lot of showing the fish all cooked up, probably maybe even doing some sashimi, some raw sushi. We're going to bring our gear down there, and Curacao is going to have us for the 3-day dive, and we're going to have a lot of fun out there. We're also going to be going to Belize in September, doing the same thing. That's going to be a pretty epic one. We're actually taking people there with us, and we're going to kind of teach people how to do this lionfish hunting. And it's not something that we make money on at all. We don't make any money, period. If you were to go on that trip with us, if you're a certified diver and you're good at hunting lionfish, or you want to learn to hunt lionfish, you can just go with us. Just get your plane and book the trip. I can get you in contact with the right people so you can get it set up if you want to join us. And I can teach you all my tricks of the trade, show you how to do social media videos, all kinds of good stuff. That's an option out there in case you're interested and you're a diver. A lot of our viewers, of course, aren't divers, and we really appreciate you enjoying the videos. I'd say 95% of them aren't divers, probably more than that, actually. So we really appreciate everyone watching our content. People say that it helps them to sleep at night. It's calming. It gets them over their fears. It's a really just fun experience to see all of these creatures and to get to find out more about our oceans here in the United States, here in Florida. It's a cool experience to be able to share these videos with you and all of this content. We're super stoked. We try to get out as much as possible and get these fish taken off the reefs. 50,000 fish have been removed over the past years. I think we've had it going on since 2020, the actual nonprofit. And before that, it was a lot more time slaying them before we even made a penny doing this. And like I said, we don't make any pennies anymore. So since social media has shut down, it's pretty much, hoping it gets better one day. And that's the best we can do, is hope for a change, because right now, with the way the economy is going, it's not looking very good for us, but we're not going to stop. We're going to go out there and get these lionfish. Later, guys.